Action. Good morning, everyone. All right. Good news is we don't have a whole lot of extra new stuff to go over, which is awesome. I love this, and I hope that we have less and less sudden new policies and everything else. But I'll go over a little bit of things here for you for a Monday morning. First of all, I just want to make sure the temperature checks and the screening is going all right with everyone. Everyone okay with that? You'll notice probably that a lot of times you can self-check. There isn't always someone right there available. I'm okay if you self-check, even if it's past 9 o'clock. That is fine. Just make sure that if you answer yes to any of the questions, you do need to call somebody, okay? I have adjusted the form slightly. So on a reprint, it will say do you have any respiratory symptoms like a cough or a runny nose, that it says new, non-chronic. So if you suffer from allergies, or if you have COPD, or you have any of these things that you just live with and it's always been a thing, you don't have to answer yes to that anymore, because we'll change the wording so it's something new. Now I'm having a sneeze, now I'm having a runny nose, and I haven't had that before. So I just want to make that clear for everybody, because there are a few people who are like, I always have a runny nose, it's just a thing, so I answer yes. So the intention of the form is to identify something new. So if you do answer yes to anything on that form, call for somebody before you start work, okay? But other than that, I am fine with you self-checking your temp and answering those questions. All right, a few things we've done. We're starting a tabling in the front entryway on Fridays and Saturdays. It'll be staffed by someone. We're going to do 1-hour shifts. We're going to work that out probably amongst the management and admin group. And it's basically to talk about customer code of conduct, which includes mask wearing, please, and 6-foot distancing, shopping solo, and just the code of conduct, meaning don't reach over employees while you're trying to reach things, just generally things like that. Just be an information center. We'll have wipes there, we'll have hand sanitizer there, we'll have store maps there, we'll have masks and gloves there, so it'll just be an informational table. If you think of anything, hey, it'd be great to have someone telling customers this, come see us and we can add that to the list. We're going to do it Friday and Saturdays, because that seems to be when we get our customers from out of state, and most of the new customers that aren't people who come here regularly, so we can try to catch them before they come in. And I think on Friday we had some success. We had some people take a mask, which was good. We had some people explain why they wouldn't wear a mask, which was good. So it's good for us to understand people, and it's good for customers to understand what we're trying to do here. All right, if you haven't heard yet, we are going to stay open till 8 o'clock starting Friday. It'll be our summer hours. I don't think we'll go to staying open till 9 like we have in the past. So for now it's 8. If we decide to change that later, we'll talk about it and discuss it. But for now, opening at 9 in the morning still, and closing at 8 starting Friday. I think that'll stretch out the time a little bit more, and it's getting a little busy at the end of the night, especially where it's light out till 8:10, and it will keep getting longer. The days will keep getting longer. So we should stay open a little later, because it's just getting packed. People are pouring in at 7 o'clock, and it's a little tough to get the store closed. All right, 2 last things. The governor's stay-at-home 2.0 guidance has an end date of 5/31. So I expect that sometime soon he will come and announce what the next plan is. He did announce on 5/1 what was going to happen starting on 5/1, that for the guidance that was ending on 5/4, I believe. So I expect a few days before, so maybe this Friday or next Monday, I'm going to guess that he'll come out with the new plan going forward. So as soon as I know what that is, I will make sure everyone else knows, and we'll see how that impacts what we do here. Hopefully we can bring reusable bags back. I don't know. I have no idea what will happen. So once we see that guidance, what he's recommending and how long it's going to last, then we will go with that. So Don't know anything yet, but as soon as I do, I will make sure everyone knows immediately. I'm sure you all see it on the news anyway. Last but not least, we reached out to a couple different groups that were giving out free masks, and Hanes decided they would give out free masks to all essential businesses. So about a month ago we put in for that, and we got several hundred cloth reusable masks from Hanes. It's like t-shirt material. So the other day I had Mark making a list and distributing them to everyone. I'm not saying you have to wear them, they're great spares. So everyone is welcome to have a pack of 5. They are cloth, they're reusable, you can wash them. So if you would like one, I've got them upstairs, and they had some in the
I still have a few packages at the service.
So you are welcome to some. These are just for spares. I'm not saying wear these instead. I'm not saying you'll like these. If you say I'll never ever use them, don't take one, but I'll keep some upstairs in case you ever need one. It's just to have some extras lying around for you. So that's all I have. I'll turn it over to Sharice.
And as I've been saying every Monday, good job, another week behind us. Let's not let up on any of the things that we're doing because they have been keeping us safe. But I do have something exciting. And last year when I went to Convergence at the swag swap, I picked up this t-shirt because I thought it was close enough to a radish, obviously a beast. But Annie and Jesse are working on updating this for us, and it'll say Littleton Food Co-op on the back, and we're going to gift one to every employee in a color. We are choosing red, orange, green, blue, and purple for Pride Month. And so today at department head meeting, I'm going to pass out a sign-up sheet so you can pick your color and your size of your I Heart My Co-op t-shirt. Once we get all the forms in, it'll be about 2 weeks, and then we can all show our own pride in our own co-op. So the sooner I get those sheets back, the sooner we're all going to be able to show our pride in our co-op with our own I Heart My Co-op t-shirt. So.
Do we want to talk about traveling?
We can talk about traveling, yeah. So back when this all started, we had said, hey, if you go anywhere substantially far away from here, go on a trip, go on vacation, that you'll have to quarantine. This was at the very beginning when things were still open and things were very uncertain. So we've talked about that, and now I feel that we have just as much exposure to if you work on a weekend here on the floor and you've got people from Boston, people from New Jersey, people from New York, people from Connecticut, Rhode Island, Washington, D.C., you don't know. They're all in here with us. We're being exposed to them. So if you were going to take a trip to, say, Rhode Island, or you're going to take a vacation and head down south into Massachusetts or Boston, if that's your plan, I want you to just come and talk to us, whether it be Melissa, myself, or Sharice, and say, hey, on my vacation I'm planning on doing this. What I want to ask you all is, if you are planning on traveling for a vacation, be safe. I mean, I know you guys, you're all smart. You'll be safe. I mean, be safe. So if you're like, I really, really, really have to go to Boston for my vacation, it's a family, wedding, something. And so I'm going to go to Boston, darn it. Well, if you play it safe and you tell us this is what I plan to do, keep safe, then we will probably not recommend that you have to quarantine for 2 weeks when you get back. Because again, Boston people are here on the weekend with us. We don't know it, but they are. So if you're playing it safe while you're in Boston, wearing a mask, staying away from people as much as possible, I would say you're probably no worse than you are working on the floor here at the grocery store on the weekend. So I want to have that conversation though, just to know, so we can discuss things. But chances are we will not have you quarantining when you get back, just as long as you play it safe. So again, hopefully everyone understands that, and if you're not sure, again, that's what the conversation is for, just so we can work it out. All right, I do want to say one more time what Sharice said. Thank you all for what you do every day, coming to work, remaining cheerful, hanging in there. It's been 2 long months, probably gonna be longer. I really appreciate y'all. I really do.
Thanks for having me. I have a question, Chris.
Yep.
We're spending money to educate folks at the front door.
Yep.
That being said, do we have a compilation of the reasons people refuse to take masks and wear them?
I don't think we have a good data on that yet. I had someone say, I already had this and recovered it from it, so I don't need a mask. I think that's very selfish.
Is there, so do we have an information sheet to say this is not for you, this is for me?
We do have that information, and Brian started roughly tracking like how many masks we gave out, but we talked Friday, we're like, let's be more specific about the data that we're gathering. And we're still not enforcing it. So it's, I was there Friday and people would come in and I'd just say, would you like to wear a mask? We are asking folks, the government's recommending it. Several people took a mask, but there were a couple of people like, you need oxygen, I'm not gonna wear a mask, or no, thank you, and just kind of people, we don't want a confrontation. We're just there, if they have questions, we're gonna ask questions. It's not something that we're mandating people do. Some people will have a conversation, but some people, if they have in their mind they don't want to do it, and you can sense that energy from somebody, I'm not pushing it. We're not getting into a fight with people. Not trying to make ourselves in danger standing there.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and,
But I think that's a good point.
information for the purpose,
Mm-hmm.
for the purpose of wearing a mask.
It's like a
educate people
handout.
To the education, to educate
Yeah.
people that the reason you're wearing it is not for you.
Yeah. We have that in our talking points, but we don't have anything that we're handing out. So we certainly could make that's easy.
Just thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
You make us feel so warm and fuzzy.
We do have the big heart sign in front of the table. It says thank you.
But we could hand out, what I've heard from folks who were out there is that most of the people who didn't want to wear masks were they avoided it. They just, nope, and they
Yeah.
kept on moving. So you could chase them with a piece of paper, this is why you should wear a mask, but that might be a little futile. But I think it's a good idea to have, that was our trial run, we did it one day. I think we learned some stuff, so I think we'll have a chart, at least for our own purposes, and maybe some counts on what reasons we could get from people who felt comfortable talking to us, and have something to hand out if someone is questioning. But there are some people that feel like the pandemic is planning on keeping this on your face and reinfecting yourself, and it's all government conspiracy, so it's kind of hard to.
I feel at this
educate
point, the
like
people who are not wearing masks won't wear masks.
I saw one change last week.
But I
Wearing
think there should be
masks,
some
regular
clarity that they are
Yeah.
not welcome.
No.
No? You don't feel so?
I don't think so. I think, we've heard bad stories in other places where retail workers are enforcing mask wearing, and it just creates a culture that the co-op is not, We are strongly suggesting, when I was there Friday, in 2 hours, there was maybe 5 or 6 people that didn't. There seemed like there were more shoppers, that's also we're talking, when people come in, I would say, we're really asking you to shop solo whenever possible, and they were like, if you can't today, that's okay, but think about it next time. I mean, we're not enforcing it, so we don't want to get into any fights. Everybody has their own diversity, their own opinion, their own right to do what they want to do, and unless we decide we are making this a rule, which we haven't decided, we don't want to get into any altercations. We don't want to become non-co-op, so it's a fine line. It's like our safety and
Yeah,
Educating
everyone welcome.
But strength of community is what we're about.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would not be good there.
yeah.
And
Any-
part of
Right now.
You know-
Right now.
the co-op
and-
way
and
is
maybe-
that
and maybe-
everybody is welcome. Everybody is welcome at the co-op.
And we are building, we are building strong communities. That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear
Hey,
what.
I would love nothing better than to make everybody wear a mask, but we can't.
Even
It's
if it
not
was,
safe.
even if it was a rule, you can't make it. You can't speeding. You're not supposed to speed. That's a rule, but people do it. You're not supposed to kill somebody, but people do it. And if it was a rule, we couldn't really enforce it. Like Chris said before, they could walk in with a mask and then take it off in the store.
Oh, sure, but it's
Yeah.
just to be able to have folks have some understanding
Mhm.
of why it's important to us.
Yeah. And that's why we're standing
And then
there.
if it's up,
Yeah.
and then you know what it is, then it's clear.
Right. And some people did ask.
The easiest thing that I found that, you know, for the explanation is basically what I told everybody when I was there Friday is basically, you know, we can't make you wear this mask and we're not making it mandatory, but we are just asking any customers coming in to please wear a mask to keep you safe and to keep us safe. And most everybody that I did, they all took a mask except for two. And one of them was because they were made in China. They weren't made here in the US. He said, I might as well just go with that one. And then the other one, she just, you know, she was very snobby about it and just walked right on by. Nope. And that was it. And you know, at that point, you just let them go because, I mean, there's nothing we can do to make them do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
So we'll put some made in the USA ones out there just.
And just where it has been enforced, it's done with outside security, outside the store, and not employees.
Yeah, and then you need someone in the store to make sure it continues to happen in the store.
There it is.
And again, my point, and I don't want to drag this out too long,
Yeah.
is that, you know, I don't want to put our employees in danger by having to confront the unmasked person who's very belligerent about not wearing masks. I think it's safer to avoid that person than it is
By at least 6 feet.
by at least 6 feet than it is to actively confront them and chase them. That could change. We'll see. I mean, next week we could say, hey, it's more prevalent in this area. We're going to enforce that. I don't feel we're at that point yet.
Just in the area, we see non-compliance.
Yep.
Perfect, nobody's wearing it.
Oh, yeah.
Down, the guy down here, they're not, so there's non-compliance now.
Right.
As we open up, there will certainly be less compliance.
I see
Darwinism.
a lot of,
Excuse me?
Darwinism.
Yeah, well, no, but what I was,
but
but
non-compliance to the
but the
rules.
state is in a position to enforce it, and it's not happening.
Right.
You know, so the enforcement piece already, we're required by the governor's edict
Mhm.
that we should wear it. It's not being enforced. And so
They don't
that,
have the manpower.
at this point,
Yep. No, I see a lot of little convenience stores, the employees are not wearing.
yeah,
And that is in violation of the rules, but, you know, unless someone's enforcing it. So I'm gonna follow the governor's rules because that's what we're gonna do, but.
And we can set a good example when we go to a convenience store, when we go someplace, we are wearing our masks.
Exactly.
yeah.
We expect people to wear masks in here, we should wear them out there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I know it's 5 of, and I don't wanna keep you any longer. Thank you very much.